Hi, I'm certified world class speaking coach Robert Begley with day 73 of my 77-day video challenge. Have you ever traveled to a place where nobody looked like you, nobody wrote like you, or even to some extent thought like you? I have. And the reason I'm going to talk about today's program in Africa is because I'm reading, probably for like the fifth or sixth time, a book by one of my favorite humans, Neil Peart, known as the drummer and lyricist of Rush, who unfortunately passed away last year. His first book is called The Masked Rider, and it covers his bicycle tour through Western Africa, the country of Cameroon. And he gives some beautiful details about his experience, the highs and the lows of being with a bicycle tour, and how the people in some areas are nice, some are not. But one thing I've always had in common with Neil is my love of travel and for adventure and exploration. So I'll talk about my experience in Africa. Basically, I spent one day there, and it was in northern Africa, a town called Ceuta, which is technically part of Spain now, but it's across the Mediterranean. And the reason I went there was because in the year 1415, there was a pivotal moment in Western history, Western civilization history. That's when the Portuguese, led by Prince Henry the Navigator, attacked Ceuta, which was a stronghold of the Moors, who controlled the entire Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean. And because of that, um, I wanted to go to this town because Henry the Navigator was the person who launched the Age of Discovery, and I've written about that in the Objective Standard. And sometime in the future, I'll talk more about him. But my experience there was interesting because I took a boat from southern Spain, towns called Algeciras, and nobody looked like me. I mean, everyone had the Muslim garb. The women had the burqas, and they were trying to sell me beads and things like that. All the Everything was written in Arabic, so I couldn't tell what the signs were. But once I got on the boat, wow! I'm saying to myself, "Whoa! There goes that rock. I know that rock. Oh, it's Gibraltar." That's where John and Yoko actually got married. So the boat's going on its way to Africa, and I finally set foot. And what do? I walk up the hill, not sure exactly where I'm going. Again, nobody looks like me, walks like me, talks like me. But I find a statue of a man pointing, and it is Prince Henry the Navigator. And I'm so excited. And then I keep walking. There's like a little tourist center, and I talk to them in Spanish. Turns out that they didn't speak English, but at least in this area, they didn't also speak Arabic. And I knew enough Spanish to BS my way through. The two women were shocked that I was coming from New York. Wow. They wanted to be in New York. And I was like, no, I got to see history is here. So Ceuta, it's a small town, not very big, but a couple of sculptures. And as I'm walking, I see a giant statue of Hercules with these chains and these pillars. And I'm wondering, what is Hercules doing here? Well, sure enough, the in the Greek mythology, Hercules would take a slingshot, and one part of the slingshot was stamped in Gibraltar on the northern side of the Mediterranean, and the other was in Ceuta, and he would just shoot this rock out. So that's why Hercules was there. But I kept walking, and who else did I see? Aristotle. Whoa, my hero. What is Aristotle? Never in a million years did I think I'd see a statue of Aristotle in Africa. Knocked me out. So, of course, I took a picture, and I was just filled with joy the whole day. It was like 9,000 degrees, which is perfect for me because I love the heat. But after about 6 hours of this, I was ready to cool off, and I was not gonna be jumping into the Mediterranean with all my possessions. Fortunately, I found a pool that had lockers, and I would just plunge into the water, and I let the sun beat down upon my face like, the Led Zeppelin song, "Kashmir." So, Africa was fabulous. It was I spent half a day there, but I did get to check off a continent. I've been to 6 continents. Someday I'll do Antarctica. But that was my experience of, again, being with people who don't look like me, write like me, and, didn't speak English. I found a few people to speak Spanish with. So that was my adventure, and that's why I'm grateful. One of the million reasons I'm grateful to Neil Peart. And in rereading his story of his trip in Africa, it just reminded me of my travels there. So, how about you? Are you inspired to now try an adventure that you've never thought you'd do? We'll see you tomorrow with day 74 of the 77 day video challenge. Signing off.